For me, I'm proud to be
biracial. Trying to kill everybody, man. Everybody.
Seriously, they just can't get along. What's wrong with them? Lyrical rappers and mumble rappers cannot get along. They cause so much beef, it's going a little too far. Literally ending livelihoods and even careers at times.
Why do I like coffee? Ow!
That's an awfully hot coffee pot.
Welcome back, it's your boy King. Be sure to stay tuned, you aren't gonna wanna miss this one. But first, do me a favor, leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel.
Do you wanna win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. Let's get right into the video.
Now let's get started. Eminem's career-ending diss revealed what he really thinks about mumble rappers. Have you heard of Lil Yachty lately? Probably not, because Eminem's diss exposed how trash he is and everyone just lost respect for him, straight ending his career.
Seriously, don't get trapped in my
your head.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on nobody. Stay out in my head.
Eminem just can't stand what's going on with the young rap generation. He honestly hates them with a passion, in most cases. But by his own admission, he's willing to admit that he doesn't want to destroy all of them with his music, just most. What's one that skates by on his good graces? Lil Yachty. Eminem did indeed diss Lil Yachty when he released his Kamikaze album in 2018, but it's a little tricky as to what he actually did, because in the album he noted, "I can see why people like Lil Yachty, but not me though, not even dissing, it just ain't for me." So by Eminem's own account, he's not technically dissing Lil Yachty, but in his own way, he is. You see, if Eminem hates one thing more than his own haters, it's mumble rappers, and Lil Yachty is in that category. Granted, he's one of the better ones, as he does his mumble rapping thing in a tongue-in-cheek way, but that doesn't mean that Eminem is up for it.
All the new I try to stay up on, who's doing what, flow patterns, that kind of shit, because it's always interest.
Hot coffee pot.
He has nothing against the guy personally, but he really doesn't like what he represents. As the nature of rappers that don't focus on the flow and storylines, just music that they think sounds good because they made it. And if you look deeper into Kamikaze or both sides of music to be murdered by, you'll see more and more digs at mumble rappers like Lil Pump, Lil Xan, 6ix9ine, and so on. He put them on blast and even did a team up with another rapper still to come on this list and made a song specifically calling them out and stating that they weren't on the level of lyrical rappers and have no innovation or cleverness in them.
How many times did you have bad on-stage experiences?
Maybe a couple.
So not that
pretty
many.
awesome.
Hot coffee.
This might literally be a hill that Eminem dies on because no one is gonna get him to change his mind about what mumble rappers are doing to the industry. Snoop Dogg and his never-ending hate for 6ix9ine and everything he will ever stand for.
Can you sing?
I'm like, wanna hear something?
One of the biggest people who have reacted to the various things that 6ix9ine has done over the years is Snoop Dogg, one of the OGs in the business right now. The D.O.G.G has never been afraid to note the lack of style that 6ix9ine has had in his music, life, looks, and more. And then when he went and did snitch to the government after getting put away in November 2018 on a variety of charges, oh yeah, that was the last straw for Snoop. He went and noted during an interview about 6ix9ine that they should let the rat rot, and he went on to note, "The era I come from, you couldn't tell." Snoop told his followers during an Instagram live session. Snitching, working with the federal government. After the government shut down, the guy decides to work with the federal government. I swear to God, this new gangbanging stuff is robotic to me. So yeah, Snoop Dogg ain't happy. And now that 6ix9ine's out, he knows that Snoop Dogg is rooting against him in regards to getting back into rap. Plus, as a man of certain circles, he takes the notion of ratting very seriously in regards to making sure people know not to do it. These are his brothers, and this is the life he loves to live. So seeing so many mumble rappers be punks and try and weasel their way out of everything is an insult to Snoop because of all the hard work the OGs did and beyond to build up the genre and the code. Kendrick Lamar did not hold back on what he really thinks about mumble rappers, and it's just straight mayhem.
If Kim K came up to you at a party, was like, "Hey Kendrick."
Nah, that's worn out.
You might think that just about every OG rapper out there wants the mumble rappers to shut up because of some personal beef or the like. Yet there are many who take a more peaceful approach to these singers. Some of them want to give them a chance. A great example is Kendrick Lamar, who's been very big recently thanks to his soundtrack for Black Panther and more. In an interview, he actually noted how he feels about the younger rap generation. This is what he said: "I want hip-hop to continue to evolve. That's why I can't shun a lot of the artists that may not be a Kendrick Lamar." He went on to say, "But this is what I tell them every time I see them. Be yourself and do what you do, but also know who laid down the groundwork." He continued, "Don't go on your interviews and diss them and say you don't like them and you don't care for them. That's your opinion, that's cool, but you have to respect them." So talking down on the folks that inspired us to do this, it'd never be right. You dig what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, as long as you be who you are but respect what got us here, that's how you continue to evolve. And guys, that's honestly very inspirational and very true to what many young rappers could and should do. But sadly, that doesn't happen very often. I mean, if you guys look at mumble rappers like 6ix9ine, Lil Pump, Blueface, and more, they take shots at the OGs whenever they can because because they feel like they have the right to, even though they don't for numerous reasons. 6ix9ine is infamous for being a troll and calling out just about everyone who comes after him because he knows it'll get him press. Doesn't matter if it's big or small. If he thinks he can manipulate the situation, he'll go for it full tilt. And other mumble rappers are the same way. They'll intentionally stir up controversy with their songs versus making songs that are impactful because they feel the former requires the least amount of effort to get the most rewards. So while Noble Lamar's words of wisdom are truly falling on deaf ears. And next we have 21 Savage, the hottest rapper out of London.
What really changed? I turned into a savage, man. I got on that bull trying to kill everybody, man. Everybody.
He had some stuff to say about mumble rappers, especially one in particular. You guessed it, the 6ix9ine situation. About 21 Savage. Upon hearing that Tekashi was a rat, he went to Instagram to post his dislike for the situation and noted that he has lost all respect for 6ix9ine because of his rat ways. I despise you, telling on every goddamn body. If you a rat, I don't respect you. 21 stated, you are a rodent. I don't respect you in no type of way. I don't care how much money you got, how many y'all put on, how many cars you got, how many chains y'all got. He specifies, if you're a effing rat, you're a rat. R-A-T. The only twist here is that 21 Savage does not want harm to come to 6ix9ine, as he doesn't believe in that, though he obviously doesn't have control over it, but rather he wants the shame of 6ix9ine to be in the form of him knowing that he is a rat, and everyone will view him in that way from now on. This is also somewhat poetic, because while 6ix9ine has the most of the rap community fighting to keep him away from the rap genre, when 21 Savage was in trouble, the community rallied around him, and through their efforts, he was released from ICE and got to stay in the US. Could we do a swap and deport 6ix9ine and make 21 Savage a permanent citizen? I feel like that seems like a fair trade. The most OG rapper Ice Cube is disappointed, and he's spoken out on how he really feels about these kind of rappers. When you consider the history of rap, there are a few names that definitely stand out, and Ice Cube is obviously part of that legacy due to his time in NWA and the stuff he did on his own. The legendary rap group started the career of many major rappers, including Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, and after the group broke up, the two made their marks on the industry in a big way, a way that many have praised for a variety of reasons. But back in 2010, Ice Cube was asked about why he doesn't help the younger generation of rappers, and he kept his feelings very succinct on the matter. They ain't on my level, Cube wrote about the new generation of artists. I don't even remember ever meeting these clowns or even being in the same room with any of them. They can't make a name for themselves, so they need help from the OGs. I refuse to throw them a lifeline. It ain't my job to make nobody famous. Bold. That's kind of bold, and it's something that would paint a clear line as to how he views the various generations of rap. He even noted that he used to help the younger generation, but it was tiring for him. Why don't I produce up-and-coming rappers like I used to? I got burnt out. They couldn't take the baton and run with it. I was sick of babysitting grown men and walking them through the industry. I felt like Dr. Frankenstein building uncontrollable monsters. How? If you don't make them a star, they blame you. If you do make them a star, they leave you. I got sick of that ungrateful. And that right there is another classic mumble rapper move. If someone gives you help, they take credit for it. Such as when in 2020, 6ix9ine teamed up with Nicki Minaj and got his first #1 single ever via trolls. But when an interviewer noted that it was the collaboration that got the #1 song, 6ix9ine noted that it was his record and that Minaj had never done a #1 song before him, which is only true in a technical kind of way, but it proves Ice Cube's point. The newer rappers are very much ungrateful at times, and why would an OG go and help them if they're gonna try and take all the fame from it? Meek Mill calls out fake mumble rappers and can put him in serious danger with the wrong people.
I turned into a savage, man.
Is a little different because it's them reacting to a mumble rapper committing a cardinal sin in the rap world, snitching. The snitching question is of course 6ix9ine, who tried to paint himself as a hardcore rapper via his tracks and his antics, and yet the moment he got arrested by the FBI, he went and made a plea deal to get out of jail, which obviously ticked off a lot of people in the rap world. When a loyalist to 6ix9ine, DJ Academics, went onto Instagram to post about a new collaboration between him and 6ix9ine made before he went to jail was going to be released soon, Meek Mill dropped in to shut that all down. He telling, show's over buddy, stop posting bull, you disrespecting us. But wait, there's more. Because after posting this, 6ix9ine's current girlfriend Jade popped in to call out Meek Mill and said he was a hater for his talk on Tekashi. He decided to respond to it. I'm a hater because he's about to tell after running around starting with people and starting drama? LOL, the streets don't want to hear it no more. It's a fact, I'm not just saying it. He, like many, reaffirms that 6ix9ine got himself into this mess, and now he's trying to save himself by throwing everyone else under the bus, and that's something the streets don't tolerate at all. What's more, Meek Mill went on to Twitter to note that this isn't something that should be a surprise to people. Rather, it should be something that we should all be saying. I knew this would happen because that's exactly how Meek Mill feels about it all. That's a shame. When I came home, everybody was like, he got some real dudes backing him. I was like, how? Y'all better stop running behind rappers acting like y'all ready to throw y'all lives away over some stupid. I seen this coming a while ago. That's very fair, and 6ix9ine's history with the law is colorful to say the least. But what really gets him made, as well as others, is that they know a lyrical rapper wouldn't do this. Mumble rappers try and paint themselves as tough when they're honestly not, and the antics of 6ix9ine prove that swimmingly. J. Cole's never shy about dissing anyone and everyone that comes his way, though mumble rappers are his main target.
Pump is before me. Lil Pump is before. What is your feeling towards them?
scared. J. Cole may only be in his 30s, but he's been around in the rap industry for a pretty substantial amount of time, to the extent that at one point he was the young rapper trying to make his name in the rap world and had to fight hard to get the respect of his peers and his fans. Sure enough, he did get it, and so now he's looking upon the next generation of rappers and isn't impressed by what he's seen, which usually is a petty kind of thing, but for him, it was a little purer than that. In 2018, he released a song called 1985, which was the year of his birth, and in the track, he talks about how he personally feels about being 33 at the time and how it's changed his perspective of things. But then he also decides to let loose on the mumble rapper generation and let them know how he personally feels about them and their music. I know you think this type of revenue is never ending, but I want to take a minute just to tell you that ain't true. One day them kids that's listening can grow up and get too old for that stuff that made you blow up. Now your show's looking light because they don't show up, which unfortunately means the money's slow up. Now you scrambling and hoping to get hot again, but you forgot you only popped because you was riding trends. Now you old news and you're going through regrets because you never bought that house but you got a Benz. If you can't tell, he's saying that unlike lyrical rappers who work hard on their songs to deliver an experience that is long lasting and memorable, as well as helping set up their own brand and style, mumble rappers are doing the opposite. They're following trends and trying to put their own stamp on it. He's calling them out because he feels they need a wake-up call, and 1985 was actually a big diss track towards Lil Pump, one of the biggest mumble rappers, especially the line about him not having a house. Sure enough, after the song came out, he went and bought a $4.5 million house just to spite J. Cole, which is dumb, period. But if you think about it, this is what J. Cole was warning others against, wasting money on foolish purchases just to save face. So who was the real winner in that back and forth? Regardless, as you can clearly see, there's a divide in regards to what fame and fortune mean to these rappers. The OGs know to treasure it more as well as conserve it most times, which is why rappers like Eminem, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Diddy, Jay-Z, and more have big net worths, while mumble rappers just don't.
Hot coffee.
If they listened to the OGs, they'd be in a better spot, but that would require actual efforts on their part, which they lack most times. The biracial rapper Logic calls out every rapper asking for beef from mumble rappers, dissing them directly and indirectly in songs constantly.
Fabric of the soul of civilization.
For me, I'm proud to be biracial.
Logic is someone who's also very OG and has been very passionate about how he feels about rap as a whole, including what the mumble rap genre means to him. He teamed up with Eminem to make a song called Homicide that called him out. You're gonna see a lot of things in this music track that is taking shots at mumble rap. For example, here's one of Logic's lines. I'm foaming at the mouth, ain't nobody taking me out. Every single rapper in the industry, yeah, they know what I'm about. And I dare you to test me, cause not a single one of you impressed me. And maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but I'm full of innovation. This is the shot across the bow, if you will. It's Logic calling out those who would dare say that he's not one of the best in the industry. He's stating point blank that a lot of people in the rap industry, especially the mumble rappers, aren't creative, that they aren't trying to push the industry in a meaningful way, that they're just trying to make money and better themselves instead of making good content. If that sounds familiar, it's because a lot of these people in the rap industry feel this way in regards to the OGs and lyrical rappers. They're trying to move the industry into a creative direction, but not the mumble rappers. They're stagnant in their flows and their minds. Logic can't take that, and neither can many others, as we've shown you. The divide is real, and it's tearing the genre apart because there's such a divide between the good rappers and the cringe ones. So with that being said, there you have it. A look at many lyrical rappers who have gone and made their claims about mumble rappers.
Stay out of my head.
That's an awfully hot coffee